Capricorn, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Capricorn, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. All right, Capricorn, let's see what's going on. Take what resonates with you, Capricorn, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Capricorn, 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 Capricorn. All right, here we go. Capricorn for their highest good, Spirit. This is for Capricorn for their highest good. Oh, wow. Okay. So it says, wandering path, enjoy this journey. Wow. So really enjoy this journey. There's a new journey here for you. So it's really nice. I love this. You know, take your time, go on this path. You know, just know everything will fall into its place. Think positive in everything. And then you have regenerating rain, clear the past and heal the present. So you could be going through a healing right now. You could be very emotional. You could be thinking about everything that's come up. You know, it could be healing. You just could be going through a lot, you know, feeling like, you know, just releasing a lot of emotions. So this is nice. Really try to think, change your mindset to positive instead of negative, okay? Think everything is going to work out for you. Think like that, okay? Really heal the past, like let it go, let go of the past. All right, so let's do this. Capricorn, 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 Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you. One for the current, this is for Capricorn. One for the situation. One for the past or now. One for what's hidden. One for the hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now, what you need to work on, and the outcome. Wow, interesting. All right, so let's do this. So Capricorn, you start off with the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is saying that you're going to be moving forward, which is really nice. There's celebration here. There's happiness. There could even be some kind of proposal. It's nice. Then you have the Ten of Wands here. The Ten of Wands for the situation is talking about that, you know, you're carrying a lot on your shoulders right now. You could be carrying everybody's problems, everybody's worry. You know, maybe you're frustrated, trying to handle everything all at once. You have the Eight of Swords here for the past or now. There's something here that you could have not been seeing. We'll see what it's here, what the other cards say before I can say it's now or the past. But I do feel like you could be feeling like you're trapped, or you could be feeling like there's something there that you're not seeing or you don't want to see here. Yeah, the Three of Cups here, and the Three of Cups for what's hidden is asking you to, is telling you that you have a lot of support from your friends and family. You know, there's celebration here. There's happiness here also, which is really nice. I like that. And then you have the High Priestess for the hopes and fears. And I feel like you need to trust your intuition more. Really, you have that inner power to create, to, you know, that tells you that, you know, hey, don't go here, don't do this, you know, but yet it's like almost as if you still need to use it. Like you need to trust it more. Trust your intuition, you guys. And then you have the Ace of Cups here. For the Ace of Cups, I feel like there could be a new person coming in that's right now, what's going on now, what you need to do now. There's a new person here. I feel like you're going to have a lot of creative ideas. I feel like your emotions are going to be all over the place, but they're going to be mostly balanced. But I do feel like there could be somebody coming in, and I feel like your cup is being overflowed. Like there's going to be a lot of good things coming through. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. There's an end of a cycle here. The wheel is turning. Your luck is changing for the better. You know, they're asking you to trust this new path that you're on, because you did get this card, the Wandering Path. You know, this is a new path for you. So start using it. Start making something out of it. You know, start doing what you need to do. You know, creating something that you want. And then you have the Lover's card here. There could be some kind of decision that you're making. towards your significant other or just somebody close to you. I also feel like there could be some kind of, I feel like you need to trust the process on things. You are very divinely guided if you didn't know you are, okay? All right, so let's see what's going on. Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. The cards were already pre-shuffled. I just like to shuffle them a little bit more. Thank you, Spirit. This is for Capricorn. Why is the Four of Wands here for Capricorn for their highest good? One more card. Wow. Okay, so you know, maybe in the past, you know, you're feeling like there wasn't enough. You know, maybe you feel like you feel down or feel alone. You know, I feel like you're not going to be feeling like that. That things are just temporary because you do have the Five of Pentacles. You know, if you've been feeling like you're not going to have enough abundance or enough prosperity, you know, with your finances or anything, you will have enough. Okay. I feel like you're trying to push forward and move forward. I feel like there's celebration here, and I also feel like there's togetherness, and there's that you're definitely just, you know, celebrating to move forward. I feel like you're definitely moving forward from a lot of things. Really try to keep your emotions balanced. You know, like if you're feeling down or depressed, you know, and you know you don't feel like talking to anybody, and there's people there that help you, really try to take it. Okay, don't push anybody away. Keep your emotions really balanced. You know, don't get mad at somebody because you're mad at the world. Okay, so really keep your emotions balanced. And I feel like this isolation that you're going through, or feeling down, or feeling like you're just alone or by yourself, I feel like it's part of your healing that you're going through. But you will move forward from all this, okay? You have the Ten of Wands here, Capricorn, for the situation. And why is the Ten of Wands here? One more card. Wow. All right. So, you know, you begin with the Ten of Wands here. The Ten of Wands is saying that, you know, you're trying to do everything. You're trying to carry everybody's problems. You're carrying a lot on your shoulders, you know, trying to go through so much. You know, not only are you carrying everything, but you're going through this huge transformation. Could have been something where it ended, it could have been where something had ended to kind of something that is not useful anymore, because you're going through this huge change right now where you're changing, you know, like a transformation, you know. And I also feel like it needs to change. Like you need to start changing these things, like setting boundaries, like stop carrying everybody's problems, like telling them no, okay? Because there's a lot here that you have, that you're trying not to do that, and they're asking you to set boundaries. They're asking you to go through this change that's coming through, because it's a huge transformation that you're going through, a big transformation, you know, and that they're asking you to really work on setting boundaries. You also have the Seven of Swords here, and the Seven of Swords is talking about that, you know, maybe you're keeping secrets to yourself. Maybe you're not speaking about things, you know, that you're doing, you know. I feel like it's going to come out sooner or later. So just be aware of that. And I also feel like if you haven't gone through this, there's some kind of betrayal that's going on. And I feel like you need to be careful on who you talk to, who you trust, who you're giving information to, anybody. I feel like there's like some kind of deceit. So you got to be careful, okay? And there's a lot of change here. Maybe you're not paying attention to it. Maybe you're not paying attention to things the way they're supposed to be, because you have so much on your shoulders. But you need to stop that. You need to start setting boundaries, okay? Because it's a given. The Seven of Swords doesn't come out here in a situation where, you know, for nothing. It comes out because it's a warning. It's trying to tell you, hey, there's something shady here. Something's going on, you know. And if you're too busy not to see it, you know, it's going to continue to keep going. And then you have the Eight of Swords here for the past or now, and I do believe that is now, because when the Eight of Swords comes in, it's something that you don't want to deal with, something you don't want to see. She clearly has a blindfold on her face. You know, her rope is there, but you know, she can easily pull it down because it's not tight. She can easily move through those things because her legs are not tied down either. She can move through there. She can quickly take off those ropes, but does she want to? No, because she doesn't want to deal with anything. And that's you, Capricorn. So really try your best to really deal with all this information. You know, a lot of us sometimes we don't want to deal with problems. We try to put it underneath the rug because it's like, deal with it later. But you know, later is now. So it's time. Okay, that's what they're saying. You have the Three of Cups, and why is the Three of Cups here? One more card. Wow. Nice. So you do have the Page of Wands, you guys. And the Page of Wands is let's start off with the Three of Cups because that's where you started off with. Okay, so with the Three of Cups, this is in what's hidden. The Three of Cups is saying that there is celebration here. There is, you know, support from your friends and your family. There is togetherness. Okay, so, you know, really know that. Okay, and then there's happiness also. There is a new cycle that you're on. You're coming towards a new cycle because you also have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is something has ended. And you're also going through this big, huge transformation, transition, whatever you want to call it. It's a huge change. So just know that. But there's new beginnings here, so it's also good. With the Page of Wands, they want you to believe in yourself. I feel like you're going to have a lot of ideas. You're going to be inspired. There's also opportunities around you, so just know that because you're going to be happy. You're going to start seeing things differently. I feel like, you know, you need to put your ideas out there. I feel also for some of you guys, you could be on a spiritual journey, but I also feel like just need to be optimism with yourself. Like, really have optimism, really be open, really believe in yourself, okay? And just keep moving forward. And then you have the High Priestess. Nice. Why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here? One more card. Wow, there's that end of a cycle again. All right, so you start off with the High Priestess, and like I said, you know, you have that intuitive gift. You do. We all do. It's just that sometimes we don't listen to it. You know, we have that nudge when we go into the room and we feel, you know, when you feel like, oh my God, you know, I shouldn't be here because, you know, it doesn't feel right. You know, that's your intuition. That's what they're asking you to use. Start using it, okay? Be more intuitive. Because you have the Four of Cups here and you also have the Wheel of Fortune. So a cycle has closed. Yes, definitely something has closed here. But your luck is changing for the better. But the thing is that you need to start focusing. You're very disconnected with the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is saying, you know, hey, pay attention. I'm here. I'm trying to give you this opportunity. If you look at this card, this lady behind here, right here, she's holding up a cup full of opportunity, a cup full of things, a cup full of happiness, but you're not seeing it. You're just very disconnected. And you're not aware of your surroundings, of what's going on around you. And you really need to start paying attention. You really need to start focusing on things, okay? Because there are opportunities there. You have the Ace of Cups here. And why is the Ace of Cups here for Capricorn? One more card. Wow. Okay, so you do have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups says that there is a new beginning here, of course, because you have the Wheel of Fortune. A new cycle is trying to come in, definitely trying to come in, because there's a lot of change here. You also have the Ace of Cups. There's a lot of creativity here. Your cup is overflowed. Could also be a new person arriving. Also, could be a love interest for some of you guys, and for everyone else, I feel like it's just somebody you're going to meet. Somebody who's going to be there to support you and help you through something. I have the Ten of Wands here. The Ten of Wands is saying that, you know, set boundaries. I don't know what else to tell you, but you have this card here. You also have it over here. It's like this it's like the same card, but different picture, okay? You are carrying a lot on your shoulders. My goodness. Let it go. Set boundaries. You know, set boundaries. If people want to help you, let them help you. You need that right now. You're very overwhelmed with carrying everything on your shoulders, carrying the weight of everybody's problems, the weight of everybody's worry. You got to stop that. You're going to kill yourself. Really take care of yourself, set boundaries, start setting limits, start setting whatever you have to say no. Okay? Because you're doing a lot. You're very stressed out. Really believe in yourself that you can create anything that you want to do. Okay, but really believe in yourself and really take that help. Also, if somebody offers it to you, say, yeah, I need your help. Ain't nothing wrong taking help. Ain't nothing wrong with asking for help either. You can't do it all. We're not robots. So really try your best to do this. Okay. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. And why is the Wheel of Fortune here in the what you need to work on? Thank you. One more card. Ow. All right. So, hold on, you guys. Let me see here. Fine. All right. So you do have the Wheel of Fortune. And like I said, there's a close of a cycle. Your luck is changing for the better. The wheel is turning, You also have the Six of Cups here. You're being very nostalgic. You're thinking about the past. Really try to leave that past. But every time you think about the past, you get very frustrated. You get angry. It's something there that you are dealing with. And I also feel because you have the Death card here, and you're going through this big, huge transition. I feel like you're going through a healing too, and you need to heal from all that. And I feel like if you're feeling emotional and you start like crying, let it out. Let it out. Even if you're by yourself, write in a journal how you're feeling, how you're seeing things. Write it. It's your personal thing. Do what you have to do because you need to release all that. You have a lot of anger right now. You're frustrated. You're frustrated. You're having a lot of anxiety. You're keeping things to yourself. You're carrying everybody's problems, and you just don't set no boundaries. And you really need to start doing that. Okay, really need to do that. Remember it's okay to visit the past, but you don't stay there. And it seems like you think about it a lot because you're very disconnected, and you really need to start focusing on things. And then you have the Lover's card here for the outcome. And why is the Lover's card here? One more card. Wow. All right, and I'm receiving this message for somebody, so I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know whose it is or what, but I'm going to tell you. In this particular, this is the last word. This is the outcome. You have the Lover's card. The Lovers is talking about two people, right? A man. It could be anything. Two women, two men, whatever. It doesn't matter. It does not matter because tarot has no gender. Okay, a relationship. Let's say a relationship. Okay. And the message, this is your message, whoever it is, okay? I feel like you give and give and give in this relationship, and you're tired because the other person is not giving it to you. You're not receiving back what you give to this person. You give your time, you give money, you give effort, you give all that, but that other person is not doing it. So I feel like you're going to walk away, okay? And I feel like that's what you're in your mind about, okay, Capricorn? So that was a message for somebody, and I feel like you are definitely going to walk away because you don't want to deal with it no more. You're making a decision towards it, and I feel like you're going to walk away. Okay, so I don't know who that was for, but that was for somebody. For everybody else, you do have the Lover's card, and like I said, the Lover's card is here. There could be a decision that you're making, definitely, but I also feel like you really need to have better communication and trust the process on things, okay, because when the Lover's card is here, there's a decision. You got to have better communication. You just got to trust the process and try to talk it out. Like, have better communication. There could also be some kind of attraction here. And I feel like for a lot of you guys that you are definitely leaving a lot of stuff behind. Could be a relationship, could be just an obstacle that's going on in your life. But you're definitely leaving it. You're going in a different path. You're going in a different way. So just remember that. Just know that. And a lot of you guys are going in a spiritual journey also. So that's also good. And then you have the Six of Pentacles, and there is abundance coming through. There is a abundance coming in. You know, pay it forward whenever you can. You know, it doesn't have to be everything. It doesn't have to be money. It could just be time or whatever. But you got enough on your plate, so you don't do that, Capricorn. So just, you know, pay it forward. But, you know, really take care of yourself. Really take care of yourself, Capricorn. Set boundaries. You know, really start to focus. Get this anger out of you. You know, you're going to go through a lot of emotions, up and down, but you're going to make the right choice, definitely. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. God bless.